In a world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence, there is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times. Welcome to your weekend if you're a Monday to Friday person. Welcome to your Saturday if you're in Australia and other places like Australia. And it is Friday, February 17th. We have Selva Dutton here from Australia. And that's about all I got to say about that. Tomorrow, Kimber. Sunday, we're off. Monday, Diana Monroe is here. Tuesday, Lisa Nolan Shalasky. Wednesday is Kathleen Moore. Thursday, Jen and Amy, Stop, Drop, Think. And a week from now, Selva's back. So that's what's going on, everybody. For anyone, all of you guys that are here right now know, but there are some people that might listen in archives or on one of the other platforms that intuitalks.com broadcasts to, who don't know Selva, and for their benefit, we will say that she's a life translator, wherein her job is to help people understand their journey along their path. And she's been communicating with Spirit ever since she was 4 years old. And she was born in Uruguay, South America, and she lives in Australia with her husband and 6,427 grandchildren. Mediumship is something that she has great respect for, and she doesn't like dial up dead people like you order up a cheeseburger. And so if somebody connects with her while she's giving a reading, then she'll definitely pass that along. But she's not going to go searching high and low on the other side for your Uncle Frank. And she also uses many modalities. She's a tarot reader, and she also enjoys palmistry as a bit of a hobby. She also runs workshops and tries to help people learn about this stuff, and also takes people on tours and does so in as much of an affordable way as is possible to allow as many people access to this information as she can. You can connect with Selva at www.facebook.com/selva.nix. So here she comes. Hey, Selva, what's going on?
Well, what's going on? It's a beautiful sunny day here, nice, 28 degrees, just wearing a singlet, enjoy. Getting ready for another dart tournament this afternoon. All good.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah. So my dart tournament all fell. My little dart experiment fell all on its face because Alicia had couldn't put her camera, and I think that she was chicken to lose.
That's what I reckon. Yeah, that's what I reckon. So that's okay. That is okay. Working on it. My husband is working on it. He's going to set up some cameras. So one day I will play as I talk to you.
Well, then you can kick my ass because I'm under no illusion that I would beat you. And so that's
Oh, you probably would beat me. Everybody's beatable. There's no such a thing as an unbeatable person. And it's on the day. Yeah. On the day.
Yeah. That's right. But, there's a fluke. Yeah, well, for me, as long as I'm not playing with somebody that can hit everything they're going for every turn, I frequently, when I'm playing cutthroat, then I frequently, I just get these fluke triples all the time. and that really helps. You know
what we call that in Australia?
What?
All arse, no class.
Yeah, that's right. That's exact. I never ever did pretend to have any class.
That's what we call it. But it's bloody good. It wins you games sometimes.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, so that's good. What else? Anything else new with you?
Well, not much really. I mean, I'm still on the building. I'm still living in 2 houses at the moment, but everything's good. I did another Skype the other day with a lady in America that actually listens to us. Thank you for calling. And it's kind of cool to see how the changes are all happening over there. How people are finding it hard to cope with normal everyday living over there at the moment. Things are pretty radical over there. So I count my blessings. I'm in Australia, which at the moment is quite peaceful at the moment. But we have an election next month, so that'll ruffle some things up.
Yeah, but as that whole disaster train wreck was happening like last year, there's no other country that goes as long as the United States in terms of its campaign season. And it's too long. And, and now already Donald Trump is already starting now to campaign for 2020. You know what I mean? He's already having rallies and parties and everything like this. And so it's expensive, and in Canada and England, and I'm certain that given that Australia is also a Commonwealth country, yeah, I'm quite certain that you guys must have a much shorter campaign season, under 3 months maybe or less.
Less. I mean, the election is on the 20th of March, and what's now? The 17th of February, and it's already starting now.
Right. So it's about a month long.
Yeah. And there's no televised promotion.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So there's not bombarding you. But the thing is that gets me is like spiritual people are being affected by it all, because it's affecting their emotions and their balance, So I was telling to this lady, like, why don't you just make some time out to find something that completes you in a sense, whether it's or whether it's baking or cooking or gardening or whatever. You need to find something that you can block the world out, because people just get so...
Called a big fat gagger. A big fat gagger.
Yeah.
Smoke a big fat joint and you'll be fine. Call me in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. It'll put you out, But when you've got little kids, you can't do that. So, she needed to find something on a legal structure, But I said 2 glasses of wine doesn't hurt either. So
there you go.
No, but it is. It's really. It is concerning. It is concerning. And we had a sad loss here in the town the other day. A young 16-year-old committed suicide. And it really got me. He did it because he was gay, And in society today, come on, people, just embrace one another. Stop judging people are who they are. Just embrace them as they are. I mean, me personally, I don't give a poop whether you're black, white, brindle, gay, straight, whatever. I don't care. You respect me and I respect you. It's just kind of sad that this young kid, and of course, his father was the issue. His father could not.
I was just going to say, if parents don't accept it, then they're really on a. If the family can help them, through that whole turbulent time when they might be getting harassed by peers or this or that.
Yeah.
But when there's no family support on it, it's really difficult. It's really, really difficult. That's sad.
It is. I remember when my brother went through it, and it was terrible. He was lucky, that everybody but my dad sort of supported him, and he got through it all right, you know. But it's just kind of sad, you know, at this time, in 2017, it's just unacceptable that we are still having those issues. It is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, like, people don't choose to be gay. You know, people don't choose to be gay. It's not like we get up one morning and said, oh, I think I'll be gay. No, I mean, you're born that way. Embrace it. Accept people for who they bloody are. That really pissed me off this week anyway. So, so we got the film Monday, so which would be interesting. I've got to do that service. So, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but not looking for it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing, but you know, come on, people. It's 2017. You know, stop judging.
Yeah. Well, and I love how, you know, we get to this light worker community or something, and people start talking about don't judge, and like I don't judge, and I'm all like, we judge. All of us judge. You know what I mean? Now, are we unfairly judging, and are we judging before we know any information? You know, because I believe the dictionary is all about, like, to judge is to formulate an opinion following careful consideration. In other words, you're finding out the facts and the information, and then you're going to form an opinion or a decision on it. And so we judge all day, every day, you know, and anybody that tries to say they don't judge is fooling themselves, but they're not fooling me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I mean, I work very hard at trying not to. It's something that I do work hard at, you know.
Don't judge unfairly. Like, just all I ask of people is to get okay with the word judge. What's not right is to judge unfairly and without adequate information, you know, and to judge based on prejudice, you know, without knowing somebody, and I see now. The problem with me is that I don't know that I would be able to run that ceremony without really adequately stating how important family support is in these situations and that. But knowing that, you know, and so some people might put a lot of effort into saying something like that, but putting it gently in it. But me, like, I would just be, you know, a little bit, like, so that there could be no doubt what I was trying to say, right?
Yeah, well, that's my challenge. I'm scared of having verbal diarrhea, you know? But that is my challenge. That is the challenge, you know. So so in Oklahoma, a woman needs a husband's permission to have an abortion. Wow, that's interesting.
Well,
Thanks, Sherry, for sharing that.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that. It's just to say, what about the women that aren't married and they're pregnant? Then who do they have to ask? Their daddy? You know, and you always got to chuckle a little bit, because if married women are having abortions, it could well be it's because it ain't the husband's. And so, honey, do you mind if I have an abortion to get rid of the baby that I made with my lover?
Yeah, with your best friend? While you're on off shift?
Yeah, from your brother?
Oh.
Please sign here, honey.
That's how that family song came about. Yeah, your brother and your brother, and your sister and your sister, but your father don't. But anyway, so it's really good. The world's changing anyway. The world's really changing. There's a lady. She just sent me a message. I'm trying to log in to the show. I can't log in, Selva. How can I do it? She's in Texas.
It's probably because they don't have an Intuitalks account. So they should go to intuitalks.com, and it takes just a minute to set an account up. You got to get a profile.
Well, can you just write that down? I'll copy and paste and send her a message.
www.intuitalks.com. You need to set up an account. There.
Okay, and I will copy and
Also,
send it to this lovely lady. This lady, actually, I met her in Bali many years ago.
Good.
Okay.
Except in typing, this is my trigger finger. Right? My pinky is my trigger finger because that's the one that hits the send or the enter. My trigger finger.
Done.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Got some folks, just so that you know, Raul or whoever is calling in on Raul's phone, and Peter. Hi,
Raul.
Peter. You guys will come and get your call after when we start to take calls, okay? So don't go away thinking that we're ignoring you. And we'll yak for a little bit, and then we'll get going on some readings if that's what you guys are calling for. And Amy's here. Nice to see Amy. Hopefully Amy's feeling better from having the flu. And Jamie's here, and Medium Renee Richards. Now I'm into it because if now I don't start. And Amy's here, and Beth is here, and Beth was here early. And Boat Mom, very nice to see you, Boat Mom. And sorry that the last time the sound was someone was attacking the site. We did get it right back up within minutes, and now Jenny has a permanent solution to that. And so until the next trick comes along, but she got herself some little fancy schmancy coding trick work underway and put a stop to that. Christy Hu, Dan, Jamie, Marie, in a very wet and very flooding California. Medium Renee Richards, Raul, and Peter, and Selva, and Sherry. That's who's all here right now. And somebody's on their way as soon as they get a www.intuitalks.com account. Because I lock my show down for only people who are Intuitalks members, which, and the main reason I do that is because the system here has a system whereby anybody that doesn't come in with their account login, they all show up as guests. There's not even a unique number behind their name for me to tell the difference between. And they're able to chat. And so I can never know if it's the same guest saying all this stuff or if the guests are, and so it does a number on my head. And so, basically that's the biggest reason. Brittany just joined us. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Nice to see you. And so, anyways, so what do you want to yak about? We got about, a half an hour or something to yak about something.
Wow. Dreams, it's anybody out there, are amazing. The last week especially, I don't know whether because of the Renos and that, I've been dreaming about all my dead relatives, all my brother, my ex-husband, my uncle, which we didn't really get along too well while he was alive, But it was kind of weird, and they were doing the same thing. They were all farming. So, I've been trying to work out. They're trying to tell me something. They're trying to start up a garden, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe research, reconnect to the past, And I think part of it is because universally and spiritually going through a reassessment of their lives, as people are awakening and they're becoming more connected to life essence as well. And the reason is because I don't know if you have a lot to do with babies in the last 10 years. You probably haven't, but babies are more alert now than what they were years ago. You look at, even when you look at the park and at school, and their kids are more advanced. They are being born more aware. And some of them, they need that foundation, that space of understanding that the world is not about the material side, a foundation of life itself. But these kids are so academically and so aware from a very young age that spiritually people need to balance that. And I think that's what my dream's all about, reconnecting to my roots, reconnecting to my foundation and understanding how things are changing, but I must stay connected to where my foundation really is. What's your thought?
Well, maybe babies, because I always balk a little bit, because no matter what, I hear from time to time people going, oh, the kids these days are this, or the kids these days are that. And now as to babies, I can't say. But, I feel that here's my thought on it, is that as souls come into a human body to have a lifetime, they're coming in for very different reasons. Yeah. And so they're not all on the same mission. And they're also not all on the same. Now, while I really dislike this notion of assigning levels of advancement on souls or this or that, you know what I mean? In other words, you could have a very advanced soul who's had very many lifetimes and experience coming in and doing some bad things within a lifetime, perhaps to serve a purpose or help somebody else with their life path or whatever the deal is, soul contract of some kind. So it's not to say for me that I think that, if we take an academic year, okay, we take an academic year, and in every single academic year, you have people that are starting in kindergarten, people that are starting in grade 1, people that are starting in grade 2 and grade 3 and all the way through, and there's people that are starting and finishing their doctorate degrees, every single year, and maybe even, every single day there's somebody finishing a master's degree or something, I don't know, somewhere in the world, And so the idea is that I don't know that we can say that, because I believe that in any generation there's been, back in the day, and some people would say that I would fit the characteristics or whatnot of an early indigo, and all of this kind of stuff. But I think that every generation has its group of people that come in more aware, more connected, more spiritual to begin with. And it's less of an effort for them to work on those things. And others that come in like pure cavemen, you know what I mean? Stone Age type. And so if it's true, which I can't say one way or another because I'm not around babies enough to say, or at all really. It's been a long while since I've been around a baby. If it's true that all the babies are coming in now more aware, more alert, more everything, that's fine. But I've heard this said starting, say, 8 years ago. Oh, the kids these days are, the rainbow kids, the crystal kids, and all the kids these days are, and I'm all going, it seems to me that there's a whole bunch of kids these days that are less compassionate, more selfish, and not more ascended in any way, shape, or form. And so, to me, I come back to my default position, which is to say that every single generation has those that come in spiritually advanced and those that don't, and good guys and bad guys and every in-between guys. And I don't know if there's any evolution really going on by generation. If you know, in other words, more and more people coming in that generation are enlightened or whatever. What do you think?
Well, I really believe kids are being more knowledgeable. I'm not saying they're being more aware in a spiritual sense, more knowledgeable. It's like I'll use one of my grandkids got to do with them since I've got a couple, And Kyan, he's only 4 years old and he can read perfectly. He can just pick and read. At 4, with no help, he wasn't taught to read. He could just read. It was just it's something he's always been able to do, and in front of his drum set, and he just plays music, and there's been a few of his friends on his play group. So I think I've been watching, and because I went there to teach him how to make pasta. Actually, I taught him how to make homemade spaghetti, which they found it a little bit boring, but they enjoyed it and they ate it. It was good, Yeah.
But
I was really amazed watching all these kids, how mature they really were, but how they were sensitive as I knew kids to be when my kids were little, type of thing. So I think it's the knowledgeable. They have been born with more knowledge, more awareness on the knowledge side. And that's why the spiritual side of things, I mean, people need to balance that, and they need to help. That comes with helping them and help them aware and understand that compassion, emotional side of things. A lot of it is because of the days that mum handles all the emotions and, provides, that those days are gone. Kids now, they need parents. They've got to have parents where mum and dad work together side by side, and there's no difference to them because they need that balance of a male and a female energy to balance them completely. But I was just amazed how
my thought on that is, academic-wise. So now here's my thought. Unless all of a sudden some report comes out that tells me that every 4-year-old kid in Australia can read without ever having been taught and blah, blah. My analysis of that is that going back to the notion of soul contracts and coming in with purpose, it wouldn't surprise me that there would be a small group of kids that would agree to come in at the same time and be friends with each other, and it would be in that environment that they could each.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you have a kid that isn't going to be able to relate to any of the other kids, because they're not like them. And so I don't know if you just lucked out, with your grandkid or how, or what. But if they're coming in that smart these days, then we better be ready for that, because we know one thing about kids is that highly intelligent kids that get bored can become really destructive,
Yeah, exactly. That's what concerns me, I mean, I'm not saying that every kid's coming out like that, but there seems to be more kids than what they were in the past, and therefore it boredom leads to naughtiness, and it's like when they would do the pasta, which they thought it'd be something fundamental and basic for them to learn, it was okay while they were mixing the flour and the eggs together and stuff like that. But when they had to turn the machine to make the actual spaghetti itself, they said, "Oh, that's boring. Couldn't you just get one with a button and it'll do it automatically?" Yeah. It's like they already look an easier way of doing something, But mind you, the spaghettis were delicious, by the way. Even though some of it went on the floor, pick it up, doesn't matter. 2 seconds in the pot, boil, the germs are killed. You still ate them. But they were very nice.
Yeah, right on. That's good. That's good. And see, that's a good way to focus, to get them doing stuff and keep them a little bit out of trouble, But because we could be in a whole world of hurt if we get a whole army of children that come in smarter than us to begin with, and they take over the world or something like that, like children of the corn.
But when you think about it, when you're academically smart, but if you don't have an emotional balance, it will cause problems. And that's
right.
That's why things balance. Things do need to be balanced. I think there's got to be a way of sort of balancing things. So I think it needs to change, need to balance things. But I think it starts from the home anyway. It starts from two parents working together. And if you're a single parent, it's tougher. It's really, really tougher because kids need that support. They need that vibration. It was on Facebook the other day. They had this 3-year-old Chinese kid that was playing Beethoven in the piano. For God's sake!
Wow.
I mean, what's this 3-year-old kid doing that? It's just incredible.
Well, but we've had examples of that's kind of what I was meaning. Is like every generation there's examples of those brilliant children, And then we talk and we wonder if are they reincarnated or are they channeling that or. What is it that's at work there, and so every generation has those brilliant, geniuses, right?
Yeah, and there is, but what worries me about kids that are that advanced, they can play better, they get exploited. they get exploited and they actually miss on a whole childhood.
Right.
Because they only get used as a show-off pony type of thing.
Yeah.
And they don't get time to get dirty and play and just be kids.
Yeah.
You know? And that's a worry, and that's what I mean. There's got to be a balance, and that there's a concern there on that space.
That in some cases, the kid themselves doesn't want to have anything to do with the dirt and the dinky toys and the trucks or whatever, or dolls or whatever it is that the girls would be doing. But and then in other cases, it's the parents that are pushing the kid because they see it as their free ride in life or something like that. You know, in either case, it's like the exploitation of the children. We can see a lot of great examples of how that goes bad with all of the Hollywood kids. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I totally do agree. And that's why whenever I hear about schools that are doing away with some of the, sort of the other kind of, like art or any of these other kinds of, anything other than the core subjects, getting rid of those, that's bad because it's not giving a balance or roundedness for the children. And, they need to have their recess and run around and be crazy, and they need to have their gym or their physical education and their art and, you know, junior high cooking or this kind of thing like that. I think that they really need to have all of that, and I don't like to see when they start to get rid of those kinds of things out of the school system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in South America, we only go to school for 4 hours a day, and that's ample. That's ample. You either go from 8 till 12 or 1 till 5. We go 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, which is cool. And when I came to Australia, and I had to be at school all day long, from 1 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Man, I quickly hated it. I hated it very fast. I dropped out at year 9. I said, forget it. You know, you got to make learning interesting.
Yeah, you do. I agree 100%. Well, you know, the one thing I learned when I was, you know, worked at the college, of course, is that there's many different learning styles, and so what happens is that you do a disservice to what's wrong with the school system mostly is that they follow a very rigid plan, and they're not taking into account all the different learning styles that kids come to them with, and they're forcing the kids into learning in that way. And, you know, some kids will learn better by doing, some will learn better by reading, some will learn better by listening. And you have to be, as a teacher, able to deliver that curriculum in whatever way is going to work best for the kid, you know. You know, it's been said that, at least in the United States and possibly Canada and maybe everywhere, that, you know, what school is doing is not concerning itself with teaching children how to do critical thinking or anything like that. It's training them to obey. School is training children to obey the boss, you know? And, you know, there's no, those of us who have had, I know that I went through this as a young kid, we're questioning things, we're independently thinking and you know, like we're not just like going with it just because and without thinking it through in our own minds, you know. And when we start to ask questions, then we're labeled as, you know, we're challenging them, or we have problem with authority, or, you know, I had a boss once that get on the bus, or, you know, you're either on the bus or you're under the bus or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I don't mind being on the bus, but I would think as the driver, you would want somebody on your bus to tell you that you're about to drive over a cliff, thusly killing the whole busload of people. You know, even if you are the bus, right? And so, you know, and so schools are really like training children to be obedient. for later life where they'll go and become slaves to the workforce kind of thing, you know?
So are you ready, children? We are going over the cliff now. Well, she'll be dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What an excitement journey.
I'm like, if I was the bus driver, I'd want somebody to tell me that I'm about to drive over a freaking cliff. You know?
Yeah.
Seriously. I can be on
I've
your
had a
bus.
bad day.
I can be on your bus and voice opinion, you know, and as long as where my concern is coming from is for the group of us and our wellness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if all I'm doing is challenging to be a disruptor and to throw your bus off course, then that's one thing. But every now and then people voice up because out of genuine concern, you know, for the group, for every single rider of your bus. We want to get home safe.
I was talking to a young mother the other day, and her daughter, she's why to everything. You know, why is this, Mummy? Going there, Mummy. Why am I wearing this, Mummy? Why do I have to eat this, Mummy? Why? And she was really said, I've had enough of it. I said, you know, you should be full that your daughter is comfortable enough to be able to ask you why. For 2 reasons. One, she's willing to learn and awaken to everything that's her. And secondly, she wants to be able to make a decision whether she wants to follow what you're doing or do her own thing. Because she doesn't only ask her why. She likes something. She said, well, Mummy, I don't like that, so I'm going to do something else. So you gotta be proud of your daughter that she's confident enough to be able to express herself clearly, but at least, you know, understand what she's doing. I mean, she's only a kid. I would encourage it. I wouldn't bitch about it. I would encourage it.
I remember when I was a kid and... Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, I had both my parents working, you know, and so my brother and I, we would get ourselves off to school in the morning and we would come home at lunch and make our lunch and then be home after school and half the time start supper, and right from a very young age, you know, which was good. It gave us, you know, taught us how to become responsible at an earlier age and things like this. And the more time away from my parents, the happier I was, really. And so, so, you know, my mom would call after school or something, make sure the kids are home and this and that. So report card days, she would always know report card days, and these were never good days for me, you know what I mean? And, so here I am on the phone having to read my report card back to my mom, and, you know, I don't know, this would be at a fairly early age, and so anyway, I'm reading along, and the teacher has a comment in there, you know, Chris is an asset to the class. And I braced myself because I saw the word ass. You know, I did not know what the word asset meant, you know, and so I kind of braced myself and I reluctantly read that line, you know, just waiting for, you know, the wait till I get home. And, you know, I was shocked when my mom goes, oh, that's good. And I'm all like, what? You know what I mean? And so, anyway, fun times. So,
yeah.
So listen, why don't I take a song break and then we'll, if I could just, Sherry, are you in for a reading? Can you let me know in the chat room? Brittany, are you in for a reading? Can you let me know? Amy, if you're in for a reading, can you press 1 on your phone right now, or 1-1? And okay, I don't see Jamie. Well, Jamie, you got to call in, eh? So either put on a headset and click the upper left hand. Here, I'll just bring up that picture. I heard somebody push 1 when I wasn't looking, and I can't go back to my switchboard right now. So hang on. I'll put up this graphic for you. And open, upload, and there you go. So, for any new people here, what you want to do is you see that there's this little picture of a headset in the upper left hand. And so you would, if you have a headset, then you just go and click on there and follow along with the instructions. It'll say, do you agree to share your mic? And you go, yes. And then it says, you know, say something, can you hear it back, and all that kind of stuff. And so now, be aware though that if you're on a wireless internet connection, you may have very choppy, terrible sound. And so that's how that works, okay? Otherwise, you phone in, or you can Skype in. If you look at go scroll back to the very top of the chat room. If nobody chat right now, okay? Because otherwise it jumps. But if you scroll all the way to the top of the chat room, you'll see that there's a phone number and an access code, and there's also a Skype call button, and that'll give you a free Skype call. And so if you click on that, then you click on that, then even if it says you're being redirected, don't let any of that worry you. It's calling into the show, and then you have to be ready to punch in that code 73002. And so there you go. That's how you can. But you got to call in, okay, to get a reading, and or connect in with in the browser. Now, who pushed one? Was that Amy or was that Brittany? Who pushed 1 or whatever? Do it again. Somebody did it because I heard it. Okay, they're not doing it now, so I'll just have to. What was that? Who is that? Okay, never mind. I'll play a song. Okay, not Amy. Okay, good. Yeah, so it's going to go like this. Peter's going to go first, and then Raul, or whoever's calling on Raul's phone, and then Sherry. Oh, Sherry's just listening. Okay. And then if Jamie ever sorts out how to call in, then Jamie would be next. Brittany, if it's you, let me know. Can you let me know somehow, Brittany, if it's you that was pushing your button, and I'll put us on a song, and then we'll come back after that. Yeah?
So what's the song? The wheels on the bus go round and round?
Wheels on the bus go round and round. I have I have done that. Let's see, what will the song be? I'm just gonna scroll, and we're gonna go like this. We'll go like this. This one. All right, we're back. I wasn't quick enough on it. Welcome back. So I'm going to do a shout out again real quick. Hello, Amy. Thank you for being here. Beth, Boat Mom. Really nice to see you again, Boat Mom. Obviously, you have a thing for the Australians because you like Pete, Steph Pete, and so now you got Selva to listen to. And Brittany's here, Christy Who, Dan the Man, and Jamie and Marie, Medium Renee Richards, and Raul Morales. I don't know who that is, but we're going to find out. Peter, you're going to be up first, okay? Raul, you'll be second. Selva's here as our guest. Sherry is here listening. Supernatural Radio is Corrine, the Purple Plate Lady. So there you go. Let me get Selva back on. We're going to explain to you guys, that the way that Selva works is she doesn't want a question up front. She wants to hear your voice a little bit. She doesn't want any information from you at all. She will then give to you whatever information that she's receiving, and then she'll give you an opportunity at the end to ask whatever question it is you wanted to ask. Okay? Does that sound fair, everybody? In this way, there's no feeding the psychic. She eats before the show. She takes care of feeding herself, you know? And so there you go. So you ready, Selva?
Born ready.
All right. Born free as the wind. Okay, let's get Peter. Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Pretty darn good, thanks.
Hi.
Thank you for calling in.
I'm in New Zealand.
You're in Kiwi land.
I'm in New Zealand, yep.
Cool. Good old Kiwi land. It's a good place to be. I'm hoping
Yes.
to go down here about October. I think I've been invited decided to go. So who knows? Who knows what will happen?
I'm way down the bottom. I'm down in the bottom of New Zealand.
Awesome, awesome.
Cold part.
Okay. Quite nice there, actually. Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful.
Peter, it is. Peter, you've got some big decisions to make, your work structure and what you want to do with your own time as such. It's like you're looking into new interests and new developments that are giving you a personal fulfillment that what they have in the past. It's like for some reason you've been going on automatic there for some time, and now it's time to actually take that step back and say, okay, am I doing this? And how does it affect me directly on my own personal being as such? A lot of it is like you become aware that you're not 21 as well, and you want to open new doors that actually completes you in your own inner emotion thing, but also that make you like, I'm actually getting somewhere, because you were stuck on a stalemate there for a little bit. So now it's like you're finally ready. I want to move forward, but I want to move forward, acknowledge how it affects me as a person and how is it going to affect my whole situation in general as well. People also around you as well.
Oh, we lost her. Hang on. She'll be back. Oh, she got muted. You got muted and we lost your picture. That's okay.
Okay.
You can hit a little, but we can hear you though.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Peter, there's a lot of these things that are going to happen, and it's time that you realize as well that people are finally listening to you. They're listening to where you come from and who you are within yourself as well. There's also, if your passport is not up to date, you should renew it, because I do see an opportunity for you to travel over in the near future as well.
Oh, great.
So do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions? No, I think you've pretty much covered what I thought was going on in my life. So no, that's great. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And
are you the guy that was supposed to have something happen on a certain date in December?
That's right. Yeah.
How did that all turn out?
Nothing happened. Well, no, not exactly. No, there have been some real positive changes. So, yeah, not quite there. Just always on the edge, but not quite there. But, hopefully.
Well, keep the faith. Keep the faith. Okay?
That's what I'm doing. I hope. That's why I'm here.
Very good. Very good. Thanks. Take it easy. Don't be such a stranger.
I'll be back.
All right, I'll be back. And, okay, so there we go. We're going to go find out Raul, whoever's calling in on that phone. Hello, you just heard a beep in your ear. Who's this?
This is Raul.
Raul. Well, fancy
Raul.
that. How's it going?
Hello. It's going great. Ladies. I wanted to thank you for bringing up the education part of what the kids are being exposed to right now. I thought it was pretty interesting. I think you need to talk more about that, like share more. It's a really interesting point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hola, Raúl.
Hola, Selva, ¿cómo estás?
Hey.
That's all right. I just wanted to hear it. That's okay. I needed to hear his voice in Spanish because English is not his natural language. Raúl, Raúl is all around you, and I love the name Raúl. I just love it. You know, Raúl is an equal to Fabio for us Latins. Did you know?
No, I had no idea.
It's like the Raúl. Yeah. Anyway, and another story. There seems to be a lot of music at Raúl, so I hope that you are playing some instrument or you are connecting to music a little bit more, because there's a rhythm about you. There's a rhythm that is actually connected to your own soul and your own direction. So it's like it calms you down and it actually translates you. And there's a creative side of you that needs to be. in a lot of different facets as well. So the creativity side of life is like opportunities being presented for you to look into areas of creation, whether it be or music or food even. But it's like you need to create, you need to feel that you are manifesting your vision, you're feeling because you're very high tense type of person. I can see why that children conversation would have connected you, because you are a very fundamental family man anyway. Even though when people meet you, they think you're a bit sort of here and there and everywhere, but nowhere in particular. But you actually are very sound, and you are a family foundation person type as well. So it's a lot of money changes as well. There's some papers, some legal papers you might need to look into very, very carefully regarding a work opportunity, maybe a contract of work or something. But it's like you've got to be very careful, and you make sure you read it carefully and it's exactly what you want it to be, that you're not changing into something because on the spirit of the moment type thing. Now, did you have a question?
Yeah, I always have, the same sort of like what is not happening in my life for a while is my love life.
Well, I find that hard to believe because you ooze love. Even your voice, it's a very welcoming, it's a very embracing love energy, I think what you need to do is not to try to work at it, you just radiate you, because love will come to you, because you are that essence. You actually got that essence. You got this beautiful essence that anybody would say, I want to get to know you. But I think the biggest thing with you is you got to not to look at love as a responsibility step. When we love someone, we only welcome them into our lives and they welcome us into our lives, but we're not responsible for each other. And I think holding it back a little bit is that you actually do take on relationships more seriously than what you should. You expect too much of you. So you could suffer from when you love too much, that you suffocate a person, which you've got to learn that when we are connected to someone, we meet them halfway. We're beside each other, but we're not responsible for each other.
Absolutely. Great point. Yes. I've been actually not even trying. I'm not going out. I'm actually doing a little bit what you're just saying, just allowing the person to come in instead of for me getting out there and try to get it.
Yeah, but you got it really on you and allow yourself to understand the connection of friendship, which develops your love. Because when you actually are with a partner, you really are with your best friend. And that's so important, we don't become responsible for each other. We don't become each other's, representatives. We become each other's support, and we just walk side by side, But I also feel as well that you don't need a person that is actually a carbon copy of you, that's interested in exactly the same things as you, because that's when you love too much, because you get so involved in the world that you forget you. So you need someone that is a little bit different than you. So, so you can have your Raul time and they can have their time as well on their own space as well.
All
yeah, right?
Totally understand it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of changes in your own workspace, which is really, work is really going to take you to a new direction. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get an opportunity to consider a shift with a work community as well. So maybe, that perfect person may not be in your neighborhood as such. It could be in a new location. Because there is going to be a new beginning for you and a new transition.
Yeah, I'm applying for a new job. It's the same type of job in different companies. So hopefully that will work out, because my current job is pretty toxic. And I met this woman out of an accident on vacation. So I was kind of curious about, those accidents that are supposed to happen. So I'm pretty curious, but I'm also trying to keep it laid back.
Yeah, keep it laid back. Yeah, you'll be better off that way. Yeah. But I do feel that, that there is a new job coming in. Like I said earlier, it's a new job. but it'll be possibly connected to a move, to a shift, to a relocation, which is actually going to be quite rewarding for you in the long term.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You're right on it.
Do you do music at all?
I love to dance. I love music. You're right about me coming down. I just haven't played an instrument since I was little, and I really do love music of all kinds.
Yeah. You need it because you connect to it. You really connect to it very deeply, and it's like it really. I don't know. It just helps you think clearer. You know, if I wanted to talk to you about a sensation, I would have music playing on the background because I know that will be relaxing you, and you won't be feeling like I'm talking to you. You know, I'm talking with you, and you relax my because you can't be under the spotlight. You do get very conscious of it.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yes. You're right. You nailed it. All the information you just gave me, such a confirmation and very, very peaceful to me. So thank you very much, Selva.
Beautiful. Hasta la próxima vez.
Nos vemos. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Chris, so much.
Adios, amigos.
Adios. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Muchas gracias.
And thank you for calling. What a nice guy.
What a lovely guy. Yeah, he's got this beautiful energy. I would love to see him playing the drums.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a beat to it. He's got really a beat to his energy, you know, and some people got that beat, which is interesting. Right. Yeah.
So we have two more callers at this point, so it'll be Jamie and then Sherry, and then we'll see where we go from there. And so let's go get Jamie. Hello, yes, hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Hi,
hello.
Jamie.
Hi, Selva.
Jamie, you feel your energy is a bit tired, so I don't know if you're not getting enough rest lately or what it is, but it's like you're tired. You need some rest. You need to put your feet up. You need to sort of just chill out. I'm going to have some me time. I need some me time because everything is just getting too much for you for one reason or another. So it's sort of just tired. Your body feels very, very tired, especially in the upper back area more than anything. So it's like you're really carrying a load. So a good way to can't afford to go and get a massage done or something like that. Just get some bicarbonated soda, some lavender oil, warm water, and get a tub and fill it with marbles, just kiddies marbles. Fill it up with marbles and put your foot in it. And roll your feet on the marbles, and that will de-stress completely. It is done.
Oh, you got muted again. Hang on. So roll your feet on marbles.
Yeah, just roll your feet on marbles. That'll completely relax you. That would really put you in a good space and will de-stress you completely. So try that because I don't know what's causing all this pressure, and I don't know if you not rest properly.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a lot going on with a family situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do have kind of the weight of the world.
Yeah, you need that. You need to sort of think of you a little bit because otherwise you're going to find yourself, you're just going to just agree just to get him out of the way, you know, and you might agree to something and then regret it later, you know. So just take a step back, have some me time. It's your time, Jamie. You need something for you. You know, if you enjoy a good bottle of red, just sit down there and just drink it and just roll your feet on the water and just dish stuff. What happens when you put the marbles in the tub and that? It's like when you rolling your feet in the marble that actually is activating every pressure per feet. So it's like getting a reflexology treatment, but a cheaper version of it. Not as accurate as a reflexology, but it's an affordable way of sort of doing it. Remember lavender oil and bicarbonated soda. Put that in the water, all right? Okay. And make it warm, as warm as you can handle it. And just but put a little bit of pressure on it and just roll it back and forward or round and round, and you'll be able to feel the marbles actually hitting all the pressure points in your foot, and it will de-stress you. It will de-stress you.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Yes. Do you see a move for me and my family? My husband's just been applying for work in a lot of different places and just kind of figuring out where we're going to end up at.
I do feel that there will be a shift connected to a work situation. But I do, your husband will probably go first and you might follow later. I don't see you both going at the same time. But I think that'll be because it'll be a training period. So it's a job applied for that does involve a 6 weeks training period. It's like he would have been told, look, there's some training involved for this particular job, because it's slightly different to what he's been connected to.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can ask him about it. I've got to already apply for a job, but it does show that that it would have said, would you be interested in further training? There was a training bit on it. So, polishing up his skills and furthering his knowledge.
Okay.
Right? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. I guess so. Will this come about sometime soon, around March or?
I feel it'll take about 4 to 5 weeks that you'll hear about it, but you'll know because the interview will come up and there'll be somebody who'll have to travel. There'll be a little bit of a gap between you and him due to commitments and situations that are created.
Okay. All right.
All right. Is that it?
Yep. Thanks so much.
All right. God bless.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Let's go get Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Oh, hi.
All of a sudden,
voice went.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Selva. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's lovely to hear your voice. And I'm trying to get, I'm not getting much.
That's all right.
Now, guys, talk. I'm not getting anything, Sherry. I'm sorry. Nothing's coming through at all.
That's all right.
My grandma used to say, no news is always good news. So it's I don't know.
Now ask a question then.
Yeah, do you have a question, Sherry, maybe?
Let's see. Well, okay. So I had planned on moving, and then things are changing, and now I don't know whether it's the right thing to be doing at the moment. Are you getting anything on that?
Okay. No, that helped. It's like you planned on moving, you didn't want to move. That's what they're saying, that you planned on moving, but you didn't want to move. So it's like other options are being created, that you got the choice either to stay or move. As such, there will be an opportunity to move, but there's also an opportunity for you to stay. Right. Which it means it is very important for you to take the step back and really ask yourself, do I really need to move? Do I want to move as such? Because I'm getting it that your core, based down, you really don't want to move. It's like you feel that you need something to brighten up, but you might not need to move to actually make that happen. Because it's like opportunities are being created around you that is actually rocking the boat for you to stay instead of moving as such. But also saying that you will move in 12 months' time. So I feel right now may not be the appropriate time to move because there's unfinished matters there that you need to actually finalize and connect with to leave a mark. It's like you need to leave a mark with you for some reason. Because even though you're going to be moving, you're still going to be connected to the area that you are now. So it's like be there to create a mark. So when you move, you probably will still come back every now and then for a visit for whatever reason. So your structure of work connection changing in a way that you do need that connection on where you've been.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand that? because I don't. As long as you do, I'm happy.
Sort of. It's still fuzzy, so like you said, it's in the works. So
I think I move. I think there is a move, but it's going to be delayed in possibly up to 12 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's going to be things that are going to be generating there that you're going to find busy doing. And it's like you've got to leave your mark there. It's like you're leaving your mark there.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I was thinking more financially. It just makes more sense to stay here at the moment. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel that you will move eventually, but not at least 12 months.
Right.
But there's a busy time ahead there because it's like they keep on saying you're leaving your mark. You're really going to. It's a sense of pride. You're going to do something. It's a sense of pride. It's like, God, I'm so glad I'm here to do this.
Okay.
So it's almost like a warding situation.
Okay. Well, cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate the information. It'll all make sense down the road.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. You're welcome.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thanks. And hang on, I got an incoming. That's it, Dan. That's your last caller. Unless, Brittany, I've never did figure out if you were wanting a reading or not. I think Dan is going to hook his mic up and get a reading. And so we'll just hang tough for that. There he is. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Just warming by the fire.
Warming by the fire.
Yeah, it's that cold Canadian air.
Easy. You are more west, so I just when people from the east they blame me for their cold air. I'm all like, I'm way over here in the west. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my air. It's not my air. Canada. It's like I said to the one time somebody asked me, what time is it in Canada? And I'm all like, I laughed, right? And I'm all like, okay, you know how the United States is attached to Canada? Yes. And you know how the United States has an East Coast and way over on the other side they have a West Coast? Yeah. And you know how in America and the United States it's a different time over there on the East Coast than it is on the West Coast? Yeah. Same in Canada. What time is it in Canada? Oh,
but do you drive on the same side of the road? No, just kidding.
I'm all like, I don't know. I'll have to go over to the next door neighbor's igloo because they're the only one in the community that have a clock, And so anyway, okay, I'll shut up. Oh, Selva got muted. Selva.
I quite enjoy that. I thought that was so funny. We get that in Australia too because of the different times and stuff like that. I mean, Jesus, grow up, people. Anyway, Dan, I hope you got a spare room house because you're gonna get some unexpected visitors.
Well, don't say that.
People. Well, no, it's gonna be good. I don't see you being exactly 2,000% at first, but then it's almost like a healing visit. So I do feel that it's going to heal. It's healing bridging time. The next 12 months are going to be quite interesting because you're really going to become aware of the connection that you do need with people and the connection that you no longer need with people as well. So it's like you're cleaning out, you're doing your housework, let's call it that. So you've got a busy 12 months ahead, but it's on a very positive vibration because it's like you are really on the driver's seat and you are making decisions and you are actually embracing things that are coming your way as well. I don't know what it is with cooking, but I do see you cooking a little bit more this year, and I do see you experimenting with some food as well. But I think part of it will have to do with the balance of your own health as well, because you're being aware of the changes in your own body as well. So it's a very personal year for you this year. It's putting you back in place, putting you back into your own understanding, which I feel really, really good. There's also a bit of romance around you as well. It's like you're becoming aware of the need of love and the connection of love as well. And I think that's pretty cool. Question, young man.
Oh, how about employment? A different job or anything like that coming around?
I don't see a different job right now. I really don't. But I do feel that internally here of our job, and you will sort of toss a coin whether you should go for it or not. I think it's the emotional connection of the work situation to you more than anything. It's not the job itself. It's actually the environment itself. And I feel that that's going to change a little bit. But I can't say that I see you getting a different job right now. I really don't. I think you're going to be there until July, August. You're just there. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That's kind of not what I was hoping for, but yeah. We had a federal hiring freeze. I was trying to get a federal job here, but I don't know. We had a
but it's going to be delayed. It wouldn't, but it's just been delayed, and it's been delayed by legalities.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
It's legalities that's holding it back, and it is going to take about 10 months before it's sorted. You know, at some projects, it's just too many chiefs, but not enough Indians.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
There's supposed to be some big influx for infrastructure, roads, and every other thing like that. It's supposed to be coming from the federal government.
No, into the wall. That's about it. That's all I know.
No, well, that's what they said. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, they say a lot of stuff.
I know they do.
Yeah, well,
makes sense.
there is talk of infrastructure and bridges and roadways, but I just want to quit looking on the roads. I'm just tired of highways and
byways. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. And the
well, I'm sorry. You're stuck there for a bit longer.
Win the lottery and then win like 800 million and throw me a couple million and then go and live, and you can become the smoke king. You can smoke full time. You could become you could sell all of you could make your own smoker and become richer.
Yeah, I'm about ready to. The one that I bought.
When you're a billionaire, you can go run to be president.
I'm not that rough. No, actually, I'm thinking I win the lotto.
You'll be qualified once you're a billionaire to become the president.
My hands are too big. But if I win the lotto, you got that spare room cleaned up, right?
Oh, never.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll have a spare house if you win the lotto. I don't think that if you became an $800 million winner, you'll be wanting to live in my little shoebox of a spare room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I just read the chat.
Well, there's happy connections anyway, so it's a good thing.
Then all of a sudden, Corrine would be interested in you.
Yeah.
Back off. Get your own Dan.
Oh, that's good.
Back up your truck there, woman. And so anyway, okay. So here's what's going to happen, you guys. If you guys want to have overtime, then you all got to start to call in and do that. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it early. You know what I mean? I think we're out of callers now for readings. And so if we want to have a little town hall community chat about anything, then you guys let me know. I think I'll play a song real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll carry on chatting. How's that?
That's good.
Okay, Chris. Very good. Let's see. Here, let's do this. It's over. It's been a long time since I heard that one. Okay, I guess Brittany was wanting a reading, so we'll finish off. Selva's back. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Brittany.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Brittany, you're sort of like a little bit indecisive at the moment. It's like you're really not sure on a decision that you need to make on a personal level. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what decision we make. We always going to somebody with a decision because they're not looking at it the same way as what we're looking at it. So you got to make the decision according to the way that you feel and how you want it to be, and as well. There's also a letter, a very important letter that you need to write. It's like there's something you've been putting off for some time, and I don't know whether you're going to do it by writing or actually just talk to somebody. But it does show you it's time to clear the air with someone. It is time to actually open up a new situation, let bygones be bygones, a new relationship, a new connection, sort of rebirthing connection with someone because you need companionship. You're a person you need to people are beside you and they're with you. But it does show there's been an awful lot of misinterpretation and it actually has created a bit of confusion for you. Did you any of that?
Yeah, very much.
Good. Good, I'm glad. Yeah. Did you have a question, Brittany?
Honestly, I think you might have answered it because it was regarding kind of that, what you went into.
Good. That's all right then. I'm glad I answered it, yeah. Beautiful then. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Brittany. Sorry I didn't catch that.
Okay, I think it got sold up.
Are you hanging around for overtime, or I don't know? Let me check with the people. Are we doing overtime, or what are we doing? Anybody? Dan's the only guy with his mic on, really. I mean, Sherry's there and whatnot. Still, but geez, my throat is continuing to constrict on me. Somebody needs to clear their throat chakra.
Probably you.
Can't get your Bluetooth to work still. Oh yeah, I have. Hey, listen, if there's any chakra that's never got a problem for me, it's my throat chakra. My throat chakra is probably always been the healthiest chakra in my body. Okay, well,
yes, I can relate to that.
Wrap then. Yeah, there you go. We're going to wrap then. And so Selva's back here in a week, and tell people how they can get a hold of you.
Well, Facebook is the easiest one on just Selva. Look for Selva Dutton on Facebook. You'll find me, and you will recognize my beautiful face anyway, because nobody else looks like me. And also, I've got email on dutton@gmail.com. You can also contact me in there. And there's also a WordPress page that is like, let's chat with Selva. And I do a lot of questions in there if people write that in there. So 3 easy ways to get hold of me, but Facebook is the easiest one. You know, send me a friend request or send me a message. I will always acknowledge. And of course, the boss here just put the whole list there of all the other ways you can get in contact with me.
I was going to say, for anyone listening remotely or later on in archives, you can find it on the show page. Plus, if you're watching the show in archives, you'll see it there right at the end of the chat. So we'll see you back here next Friday then, Selva, or your Saturday.
Back again. Yep, I'll see you there. And I'll be in Albany next week, so I'll be doing the show from a town 600 kilometers from.
Wow, 6-hour drive. 6-hour drive.
Love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. And
I will.
Good luck at your dart tournament.
Thank you. We're hoping to win today. Yeah. You take care, all.
All right, guys. We're out of here. 3, 2, 1. See you guys.